What's good, Wolf Pack Gang? Thank you so much for tuning in to the Wolf Den tonight. I am super, super excited. I am joined with some amazing women, and we are doing something slightly different tonight. We are going to be doing a Boss Women Power Chat, okay? So it is Women's History Month, and I thought it would be a great idea to get some powerful women together so that we can talk about some things that we face as females in this industry as being entrepreneurs, business owners, wearing multiple hats. And I just like, we're gonna do this and we're gonna get right into it. So I'm so excited. I don't want to do no long intro. So but guys, I am Mikki, as you all know, owner of Kingdom Brand Clothing and Mikki's Den. Kingdom Brand Clothing is a stylish, casual family wear. We have leggings, t-shirts, hoodies, joggers. We do custom dominoes, roller trays, earrings, and so much more. Mikki's Den is my YouTube channel where it just gives me a space to be me. Okay, I get to be a mom, I get to be a business owner, I get to make mistakes, I get to learn from them and have fun along the way. So go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel and join me there. And I'm going to pass it over to Miss Akila so she can tell you all about herself.
Hey, everybody. I'm Akila Jackson. I am the designer of treasure chest handbags and totes. I had an original concept of a bag, but didn't want to limit myself to any one area. So I've expanded in the bags that I've designed, but they are all different and unique. And you can find them on my website, and you can find me on social media, TikTok, Instagram. Everywhere.
All right. And Christina.
Hi, everyone. My name is Christina Lee. I am the CEO and founder of an online women's clothing boutique called Journeè House of Style. So we cater to sizes small through 3X. If you're looking for a stylish, bold, confident type of pieces, statement pieces, we're the boutique for you. If you want to turn heads when you walk into a room and you want to command the room, we are the boutique for you. We are located in Arizona. It is online. And yeah, we're the boutique. Shop with us. We can be found on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Journeè House of Style.
All right. So thank you, ladies, again so much for joining me tonight. I know we all are busy, got busy lives, so we're going to get right into this power chat here. So, coming out the gate, first thing I want to talk about is the barriers that we face as Black women in business, right? Because I don't know about you guys, but when I first started, it was so hard initially trying to find like a good circle that you can get in and learn some tips from and try to get some insight without, some shady activity going on, a little competition. So it was kind of hard. There was a lot of barriers that were up. So I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about, have you faced any of those personally? How did you kind of overcome some of those? And we'll start with Christina.
Yeah, thank you for the question. So I haven't necessarily ran into that in terms of, other business owners kind of like shunning me out or not really willing to help. Fortunately, I do have a good tribe. You being one of those people in that tribe where we kind of just lean on each other, motivate each other, share any resources that we may have, any information that will make the other business owner grow. So I haven't necessarily ran into those issues, but I do know that it exists, especially for female entrepreneurs. But yeah, I haven't personally experienced it.
I'm so happy that you haven't, because baby, I'm telling you, in the beginning, I was ready to stop. It can't be this hard. Like it just can't be. But Akila.
I definitely agree. It's a great question. And I also agree with Christina. I haven't specifically experienced that myself because I too have that great tribe of who I've kind of brought into my circle, which I'm very particular about. I know that networking with every business isn't for me. And so I've come to recognize that. And that's something I've learned. One of the greatest obstacles that I would say sometimes comes from our niche or our clientele or what they expect from us as a Black owned business as opposed to what they would expect from any other business. And I think that that is one of the biggest things that I've had to kind of see or overcome.
Okay, so it was just me. Okay, okay.
So
But
what has been your experience, if you don't mind sharing?
no, well, honestly, when I first came in, I tried to reach out to individuals who were like in my area that I knew who were like kind of starting businesses, who had, maybe a website already, like, okay, so I know there's a lot of different platforms out here where you can get websites. Could you mind sharing any advice? And they was like, oh, well, you could use. And I'm like, okay, like you ain't got to tell me all the juicy details, but I mean, do,
Right,
do you use this one that you're telling me to go to? Like,
right,
you know,
They looked at it more of like competition instead
yeah,
of like building and
right.
right.
yeah.
Because they had
Like a
like their bank
collaboration
account,
or
Right,
partnership.
right.
exactly.
So they had like a bank account already established. I was like, okay, if you don't mind, who's a good like startup bank for a startup business, things like that. And it was kind of like, oh, it just kind of, I saw that you saw my text, but it just kind of, left it on red. I'm like, I can see that you saw it, but you know, so
Wow.
it was a little bit of that. And then when I did find someone, honestly, I started seeing some of my designs on their page and kind of I'm like, oh, you okay? Like I know my stuff, like but
Wow.
so I in the beginning I definitely had some things. But you just have to work through it, you have to learn. I really in the beginning tried to have everyone that I knew in my circle. And I quickly learned in business you have to change that circle. It's not your everyday circle anymore. It becomes a circle of
Absolutely.
individuals who understand what you're
Right.
going through, and you have to find
Right.
those ones who want to help and not, like y'all said, the competition aspect. So, but that was kind of
We
my
want to collab and not compete. That's the goal.
right. It's enough money out
Collaboration
here.
over competition.
Right. It's
Exactly.
enough money out here for everyone. And who's to say one person won't buy from all three of us on one day?
Absolutely.
So, and then I wanted to also kind of mention, like when I first started, I felt so like, yes, I can do this when I first started. Now, I hadn't sold one thing, but I started. I was like, yes, I'm I was super excited. So, starting your business, did it give you a sense of like empowerment? Did it give you a like, okay, I'm okay, I'm the thing today. Okay, I look good. You know, did it give you a sense of like that just accomplishment and then that empowerment that comes with being a successful woman in business, even if you were just starting? Did you feel a change? And I'll go with Akila first.
I would say I definitely like felt the change, but at first I didn't really feel like I had it. It was really that stepping out on a limb as far as, designing purses. Because when I really first went into it, like you said, getting the information from other people or different things like that, or the way you approach it. And so I was like, where do I even begin, or how do I do this? And then other people concept come in and they're like, oh, just take your logo and put it on some purses. And I'm like, but that's not what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm trying to design my own purses. Like, I got some concepts that I'm trying to integrate into this. And it wasn't until like maybe about a year in when I saw my first like paper design, like on paper, become a sample purse. And then I was like, oh snap. That's when I really felt like, okay, I got this. And I really felt empowered, to move forward. And I filed for my own patent for the styles or designs on my purses as well. So just being able to do those steps and get approved and get through those different levels really is what helped me overcome the maybe I can't phase to the I got this phase. But I definitely started out scared, but I did it scared.
Okay. And how about you, Christina?
Yeah, definitely. So being an entrepreneur is certainly empowering. I think for me, just having my faith. So as Akila is that Akila mentioned earlier, just, stepping out on faith and just, for me, I just stayed prayed up. Like, this is what I want to do. It was always, a vision of mine to start my own boutique, but never actually did it. I'm just like, okay, it's 1,000 boutiques out there. What's going to make me different? The market is saturated, but it's also 100 different hot sauces out there, and they're selling their brand. So why can't I do it? So, once I stepped out on faith and I already had the confidence, it was just a matter of executing it. But yeah, so definitely felt empowered. Once you start making moves and you start putting all the pieces together, to your point, Mikki, in terms of wearing multiple hats, you feel like, yes, like I'm really doing this. I'm in charge of marketing. I'm in charge of, my website. I'm in charge of customer service. I'm a model for my brand. All of these different things, you feel like, I'm actually doing this thing. And of course, it's going to be bumps in the road. It's going to be challenges, which I knew, that was to be expected. I didn't know what was going to come, right? But I'm going through the ebbs and flows now. Good days, bad days, but it definitely feels good to be an entrepreneur, say that I'm living in my truth and I'm living, my purpose and my dream. So, yeah.
No, see, I love that, y'all. Because when I first started, like you said, you're scared because you're like, this is what I want to do, but like you said, it's that uncertainty. Because I don't know about y'all, but we tend to want to plan stuff out so we kind of know what the outcome gonna be before we start. But in the business, you like, yep, I'm gonna do this. It's gonna go like this, and then it's gonna happen like that, and then we're gonna go over here, and then it completely changed. You like, oh, okay, all right, okay, and you got to keep going. So it's one of those things where like you really, like you say, you have to be prayed up. You have to really know that this is what you want to do and focus on that. And the best thing I can say is always prepare yourself for what all the possibilities, because it's not going to be a great day every day. Some days you're like, I don't even want to do this, I'm tired, but you have to find that little strength to get done what you have to get done. You got to still be you have to still be a parent, you still have to find time. So for me, that was a barrier I had, was the time management. But once I felt like I got a little piece of it together, I was like, oh baby, I'm stuff. I done took an order, had a pop-up shop, and picked the kids up on time. I'm good. Oh, yes. But so we all have, like, we wanted to start our business, and we did. We're living in it as they're growing. I know we've all been in business about 2 years now, maybe a little longer at this point.
Yeah, I'm approaching 2 years next month.
Yep. All right. Well, happy early congratulations.
Right. Congratulations.
Of last year, 2 years, October of last year. So I'm like, okay.
2 years for me in April.
Okay. We all around that same time.
Early anniversary to you too.
Thank
you. But it's like, what would you tell someone who is thinking about starting that business? Because we've talked about some barriers, we've talked about being empowered by the business, but what is something that you want to tell someone who's like on the fence, they kind of don't know, kind of want to start, kind of like, I don't know. What would you tell them, Christina?
Simply put, do it. Like, you have to do it. Get the idea out, put it to paper, put it in motion, and actually do it. So it's one thing to keep talking about it and you sleep, every night and you're dreaming about it. You just have to do it. Like, put in the research, figure out your market and the necessary steps that it takes to start a business and understanding your industry. Of course, you have to put in the legwork, but do it, and then just remain consistent. Nothing is going to happen overnight. You have to put in the work, and you have to keep working at it day in and day out to produce, the results and the outcome that you're looking for. And like it was mentioned earlier, like, you have to do it scared, right? Like, we don't know what we're going to face tomorrow. We don't know what type of challenge we're going to face, but you have to scared, because you don't know the outcome. And so you take each day literally one day at a time. That's what I do. Like, I can't worry about what's going to happen next week. Like, let me just focus on today and do what I need to do and keep doing it. Just show up every day for yourself, for your business, and keep striving. So that's what I would.
I love that. Keila?
I would say be consistent, be ready to take a risk, but also just going into being an entrepreneur isn't for everybody, so it has to be what you want, and you can't go by just the IG pics and the good side of it, because what you don't see is the 1 week, 2 weeks, maybe even a month with no sales, and you like, do I even want to do this?
Mm-hmm.
And then you keep going because, okay, yes, this is what I really want to do. And I do want to see what the end outcome is. So you have to fight for it, just like you would for any relationship or anything that you want to build or grow. You can't just give up on it, because it's going to be those times where you're going to say like, okay, is this really, what I want to do? Is this really, I'm losing money or whatever? Do I want to buy more when I still got this inventory here and things like that? But those are the risks that you taking as a business to grow. And with the way social media is, you never know what day it might just flip for you. And then now, you super prepared from all that time, that idle time that you use wisely or productively, or made a budget or a business plan during that slow period for you, or prepped or planned for it. I think that that'll help you. But yes, you have to be consistent, be ready to take that risk. And if you want it, do it. And like we said, do it scared, because you're going to be scared.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, I got to get this inventory, but I got to pay my rent. Because that's real life of it. It's not just, like, oh, this pop-up sale, or, oh, this did great or whatever. At first, we're making, as small business owners, life decisions between our business that we want to see thrive and real life things that we know have to happen as well. So be ready to take those risks.
Yeah, I definitely agree with both of you. Another point I would say is be you. Sometimes we get on here and you may see someone and, oh, they're doing so great, and but they're doing this. So then you try to do that, but it's not coming off genuine. And people can see that because it's not who you are. So it's like, if you are a very people don't like how I use my hands sometimes. I'm like, that's how I talk. If I put my hands down, do you know how uncomfortable I'm gonna look? Like, cause I'm gonna feel it all in here. So, but I've had people tell me all the time, could you put your hands down? Like, I don't like when you use your hands. I'm like, yeah, it's not gonna work for me. Like, so is you have to be you. If you are a naturally silly person and that's just who you are, you have to find a way to be able to incorporate that into your business or your brand so that it comes off you and it comes off genuine. I always say you have to be versatile, because if you're talking to a potential customer or client, you don't want to make them uncomfortable sometimes with how you may be approaching them or talking to them. So it's not like I'm saying dumb yourself down or anything like that, but you have to kind of know who you're talking to and how they're going to understand something. Because when you're doing your advertising and your marketing, as much as you think it's for you, it's not. So it matters what you like, but it don't at the same time, because you have to do what your customers want to see. You have to reach them where they are so that they know they can come to you. They feel that relationship and that rapport is there. Because people buy you when you're a small business, because you're not a brand that's been around for years and years and years with all this traffic and all this history. So you are essentially, you're selling yourself until your brand gets that name and gets that leg traffic on its own, per se. So be you. That is the best thing.
I will also add to just stay in your lane. So I know, Mikki, you kind of mentioned it earlier. So oftentimes we look over to our left and to our right, and we say, oh, this person is doing that, or why isn't this happening for me yet? Or when is it going to be my time? You just focus on you, you stay in your lane, keep your head down, press forward with your business. And when it's your time, it's going to be your time. Like it was said earlier, it may not take off for you today, but if you put in the leg work and you do your research and keep grinding, you never know. It may happen for you next week, but will you be prepared? So I would just say, like, make sure you stay in your lane. Don't try to compare yourself to others and their progress, because this is your personal journey and everyone's journey is not the same. So just focus on you.
That is so true. Because sometimes you may not even have want to know what they walked in before they got to that point. You may not can't even handle what they had to walk through to get to that point. That's definitely true.
Very.
So, but before we close out, I want to say, so picture yourself 3 to 5 years from now, right? What's one thing you're going to tell yourself that you want to tell yourself and for that person that you're going to be? Because we all grow every day, right? We all grow a little bit, we change a little bit, or I should say evolve, kind of, you know. But what is one thing you would tell yourself in the future?
Though. So you said within 3 to 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be telling myself, you did it, girl. Like you made it, like you are on top, like hey, like all of your hard work, all of your dreams, everything has came to fruition, like you are killing it, keep going, girl. So that's what I'm gonna be telling myself within 3 to 5 years, hopefully sooner, to keep going. Yes, definitely sooner. But yeah,
Yes.
just keep going. You made it. You're still killing it. You're conquering. You're knocking down barriers. You're knocking down walls. Lift up the next person alongside of you and pull them up, help them out, motivate them, mentor them however you can. Just keep going. You did it.
Akila?
I would say in 3 to 5 years, what I would say to myself, hopefully sooner, just, I'm proud of you. Looking back at where it started and even just where it is now, but seeing where it's going and, how far I project to be in 3 to 5 years, 1 to 2 years. Just I'm proud of you, just for not giving up and not feeling less than, just knowing that you can do it and just proud of you.
Yeah.
I think that's a big one. Like, I'm proud of you. I feel like sometimes, and maybe it's because we are Black women and we do go through a lot of things, but sometimes that I'm proud of you. And it's just being that. It's not I'm proud of you, but we got this to work on still. No, it's just I'm proud of you. Like you said, you've come a long way. Like those simple, powerful statements to myself. And it's like, okay, I'll tell myself, we did this. Let's go ahead and get this party planned because our brick and mortar is up, baby. We got some employees coming. We got a lot less hours we working in the day now because we did some things. We done put that work in. So I definitely would say to myself, like, I'm proud of you. Like you stuck with it. You gave your kids, because I have 3 girls, like you gave them a clear path. Like you gave them a definition of what to kind of want to see that they can do it because they look just like you, because they come from you, because you instilled that in them. And now, rather than seeing and being like mommy, who was in her 30s before she started this, before she had that courage to just do it, they can be 15, 9, and they're like, I'm ready now. I don't have to wait. I saw mommy do it. I can say, okay, we did that. We did that. And that's that I'm proud of you. We can see. So yeah, I definitely love that. So y'all, I'm getting somewhat emotional over here. I'm trying to hide it. I don't even know if y'all can tell. This is but no. Like I said, when I really thought about this idea, like I said, I wanted to make sure I had the because it was so close knit of what I wanted to do with this power chat. I was like, I have to make sure I got some of my girls in here, my wolf pack in here. So I was like, I wasn't exactly sure like the direction. Like, okay, I had the idea, but I wasn't exactly sure how it was going to come together, because I'm like, these are some powerful topics to condense down. But I appreciate you two so much, because I'm looking at my idea and it's just happening, and y'all did it and y'all helped me do it so flawlessly. I'm like, on the first go.
This is the first one. We got to set the bar up there for you.
Woo, the next one's got they got some harder steps to follow. I'm like, we on time. We didn't answer the questions. I feel all good. Like I said, I'm a little emotional. I haven't even drunk none of my drink yet. This is great.
Don't you love it when a plan come together? Teamwork make the dream work, and that's always.
Yes, but no, like I said, I'm super thankful for you ladies. I've had a great time. Oh, is like I said, y'all see, it's yeah.
Thank you for having me. I always appreciate, getting on and learning from other women. You always bring together great like-mindedness, and that's always a plus to be able to continue to build that network. And so I appreciate you involving me in this for, your first one especially.
Definitely. I echo those sentiments. I appreciate you, Mikki, just for, reaching out. I'm here to support you in your endeavors and everything that you have going on. I think this is a great move that you're making. Like you're giving back, to entrepreneurs, and you're creating or providing a platform for us to network and learn from each other. So, I'm proud of you and what you're doing, and however I can help and be a part of that, I'm always here.
Yes, thank y'all so much. Honestly, to be honest, I really just try to create those paths and avenues that I wish I had when I first started. Like I said, I had a very rocky start, and I'm like, it gotta be easier for someone else. Like, cause I wanted to stop too many times because I didn't have a lot of people to go to. And then, when I started reaching out to you, Christine, and I started reaching out to you, Akita, I'm like, okay, they're gonna get tired of me because I just keep asking them stuff. I'm like, they're gonna be like, look, child.
I'm fine. It does.
So yeah, so I just had to really, I'm like, no, I need to build a network for others to be able to start and see that they can do it. Give them that confidence early on so that they don't have to fight through the hurdles that come with the business and the fight of finding the confidence in yourself to be able to actually speak up. Because when I first started, like I've told you before, YouTube before, I was scared to have those conversations with people because I didn't feel like I knew enough of the lingo. I didn't want to be in those conversations and they're talking. I'm, using context clues like we learned in school, trying to figure out what is really going on in the conversation. So I try to make those avenues for people starting out. I try to bring the lingo down so that they really understand those terms and they feel more confident going in those rooms and more confident expressing who they are and what their business is. I have a lot of younger people who watch my YouTube because I do kid activities on there too. So my daughter's kids are like, we saw your YouTube video yesterday. So I'm like, okay. So I try to also find ways to bring it down so that younger kids can also understand. Because one thing I notice when I go to pop-ups, there are kids there too, and I love it. But I want to show them that people that look like us can do it too.
Sure.
So, but yeah, so yeah, I said I don't want to be all emotional, so I'm gonna wrap it up and keep myself composed. But no, so I do appreciate you all. And like I said, everyone, make sure you all like, comment, share, and subscribe. You check out these amazing women and their businesses. If you cannot shop with them right now, we understand life be life and sometimes, but simply following them on their social media pages, sharing it in your story or anything like that will also help to get their businesses out there, to get their names out there, and just that word of mouth. So we appreciate you all for stopping by and checking this video out. I plan on doing a lot more of these power chats. So if you all like this, make sure you definitely hit that like button so that I'll know to keep these coming for you all. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will catch you next time. Peace.
Thank you.
For you.